Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Unstable Earth. Today we are going to start with our very first chapter of Class 6 CBSE NCERT, The Earth in the Solar System. Before we study about the Earth, we need to understand some of the concepts about the solar system as well. So here we go. Like after the sunset, you would have noticed one or two bright dots shining in the sky. Soon the number increases, you can't even count them. So as the darkness increases, you are the shining dots and the stars are more visible in the sky. Along with these bright objects, you may also see the moon on most of the days. It may, however, appear at different times in different shapes and at different position. Because of the rotation and revolution of the earth, we see the phases of moon. So you can see the full moon only once in about a month's time. It is full moon night, which is also known as Purnima in Hindi. A fortnight later, you can't see it at all. It is a new moon night or Amavasya. On this day, you can watch the night sky best, provided it a clear night. Okay. So here you can see the phases of moon. In the middle, we have full moon. So do you wonder why can't we see the moon and all those bright tiny objects during the daytime? So here is the answer. It is because the very bright light of the sun does not allow us to see all these bright objects of the night sky. So it is present in the daytime as well, but the sun's light is so powerful that we are unable to see that shining dots in the sky in the daytime. So now we are going to understand what is celestial bodies. So the sun, the moon, and all the shining objects is called celestial bodies. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. So please notice out here that we are saying some celestial bodies. So they are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light, which they emit in large amount. These celestial bodies are called stars. Even the sun is a star. So here we are saying some celestial bodies that they have heat and light. It means that some celestial bodies don't have their own heat and light, and sun is a star because it provides us with heat and light. So now you would be thinking that why stars' heat is not felt by us. So countless twinkling stars in the night sky are similar to the sun, but we do not feel their heat or light, and they look so tiny because they are very far away from us. So the sun is quite nearer to the earth's surface, because of which we are able to feel its heat and light. So now we'll gonna understand about what are the constellations. While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different group of stars. These are called constellations. So here are some examples, like Urja Major, which is also known as Big Bear. So it forms a formation of a bear. Next is Saptarishi, which is also known as group of seven stars, and it is said that the names of these stars are given to the seven rishis of the Indian mythology. So earlier in the olden times, when there were no roadways or they don't know the direction, so people used to travel through waterways to find their destination or their directions. So how do they determine their direction during the night? With the help of stars. So the north star indicates the north direction. So it is also called the pole star. How do we identify the pole star? It always remains in the same position in the sky. We can locate the position of the solar star with the help of the Saptarishi. So in the sky where they form a Saptarishi formation, so we throw a imaginary line through it and we can see a pole star shining out there. So through that we can identify the polar direction. Now we'll understand about the planets. So some celestial bodies, like earlier I said you to notice what are celestial bodies and how they are said as some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light, and some have their own heat and light. So like sun is the star which have their own heat and light. They are led by the light of the stars. Like our earth planet. Okay, so it is a celestial body, but it does not have their own heat and light, so it takes the heat and light from the other celestial body, that is sun. The word planet comes from the Greek word planetia, which means wanderers. Wanderers are people who just move from one place to another. They don't have fixed place or position to go. The earth on which we live is a planet. It gets all its heat and light from the sun, which is our nearest star. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. It is a companion of our Earth and moves around it like our Earth. There are 7 other planets that get heat and light from the sun. Some of them have their own moons too. Now we'll understand the solar system. What do you understand by the solar system? So the sun, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids. We'll know about these asteroids and meteoroids later in the video. From the solar system, we often call it a solar family with the sun as its head. Okay, so do you know Sol in Roman mythology is the sun god? Solar means related to the sun, so the family of the sun is called solar system. So now we'll understand about the head of the family, that is the sun. So sun is the center of the solar system. It is huge and made up of extremely hot gases. It provides the pulling force that binds the solar system. The sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system, but due to the distance of 150 million kilometer from the earth, we do not feel its heat so much. Now planets. There are 8 planets in our solar system, and there is an easy way to remember the planets in a series. That is, my very educated mother just served us nachos. So M define Mercury, V define Venus, E define Earth, M define Mars, then Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So all the 8 planets of the solar system move around the sun in fixed path. These paths are elongated and they are called orbits. Okay, so they have their fixed paths in which they revolve around the sun. So Mercury is nearest to the sun. It takes only about 88 days to complete one round along its orbit. Venus is considered as Earth's twin because its size and shape are very much similar to that of the sun or that of the Earth. So earlier you would have even heard about the Pluto as a planet, but recently in a meeting in International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken that Pluto does not come under the celestial object or the planet. It is a dwarf planet. We can call it as a dwarf planet. So now it is not included in the planet category. So we are not in need of learning about the other planets because it does not contain any life in it. So the most important thing that we have to understand in the solar system is our planet, the Earth. The Earth is third nearest planet to the sun. In size, it is the fifth largest planet. It is slightly flattened at the pole. That is why it is also described as the geoid. So in some of the books you might have read that the shape of the earth is sphere, but it's not sphere because of the flattened area of the earth in the poles. So we call it as geoid. Geoid means earth like shape. It does not have any other shape. It is earth like. Conditions favorable to support life are probably found only on the earth. The earth is neither too hot nor too cold. It has water and air, which are very essential for our survival. The air has life supporting gases like oxygen. Because of these reasons, the earth is a unique planet and also called as blue planet because it covers 2/3 surface with water. As we see from the space, when we see the earth, it mostly look like a bluish in color because of the most content of water in it. The moon. So our earth has only one satellite, that is the moon. It is also called as the natural satellite of earth. Its diameter is only 1/4 that of the earth. It appears so big because of it is nearer to our planet than other celestial bodies. It is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from us. The moon moves around the earth in about 27 days. Not favorable for life. It has mountains, plains and depressions on its surface. Now earlier we have mentioned asteroids and meteoroids. Now we'll understand what are asteroids and meteoroids. So asteroids, apart from the stars, planets and satellites, there are many tiny bodies which also move around the sun. These bodies are called asteroids. They are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Now meteoroids. What are meteoroids? These are small pieces of rocks which move around the sun are called meteoroids. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the earth and tend to drop upon it. During this process, due to friction with the air, they get heat up and burn. It causes a flash of light. Sometimes a meteoroid, without being completely burnt, fall on the earth and create a hollow. Hollow means a depression type of thing. When a big stone is fall in a mud, so it makes a depression in the similar way. Now we'll understand about the galaxy. So what do you understand by galaxy? You might have seen a wide glowing path across the sky. It is a cluster of millions of stars. This band is called Milky Way galaxy. So there are millions of billions of galaxies present in the universe, but the galaxy in which our solar system is present, it is known as Milky Way, and it is also known as Akash Ganga in Hindi. A galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. There are millions of such galaxies that make the universe. So if we put in the series, so it is like when we have universe, then we have many galaxies present in the universe, in which there is one galaxy, that is Milky Way, in which our solar system is present. In our solar system, the head of the family is sun, and the other planet, 8 planets, and then asteroids and meteoroids present there. So thanks for watching. Hope you like it, and if you like my video, so do like, share and subscribe.